Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Before this video starts, make sure to like and subscribe for more content like this. I'm sorry I haven't been posting. I was on vacation for a few days, but I am now back and I'm going to be making videos again. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about what happened to the 5 bosses of last season. Let's start off at number 5, which is Brutus. So Brutus was part of Shadow in the end, and he was in the grotto. Now we know that Brutus somehow escaped to the grotto because he is seen in the season 3 open screen thing, and he gets in a little fight with Ocean. I think this is just like a peaceful thing. I don't think they were against each other, but so he is obviously on Ghost's sides. But if you go to the Authority, it's flooded with pictures of Brutus. And this makes a lot of people wonder. A lot of people think, and I strongly agree with this, that Brutus is actually Jules' dad. This makes so much sense, and I might need to make a whole new video off of it. But let me just tell you about it. So basically, here's how it goes. Brutus, there is a picture in the Shadow building in Retail Row, and in it you can see 2 figures. Soon, now we can see that it is Brutus and Toxin. Toxin is from the Season 1, Chapter 2 Battle Pass, and Brutus is obviously from last season's Battle Pass. Now, a lot of people think these are Jules' parents, and this would make sense if she is, if she is like the commander of the Authority. That makes sense if she had pictures all of her, dad. Because if Midas is her dad, why doesn't she have pictures of Midas? So it's just kind of weird. And also, Chaos Agent is the leader of Shadow. That has basically been confirmed. He does live with the Authority. He does do that. So yeah, but we still see those join. But here's another thing: we still see the join ghost shows and then the join ghost posters. And instead of showing like Midas or Ocean or Brutus or somebody big in Ghost, because Midas is supposedly dead. He's not in the storyline. He's not in the picture right now. So wouldn't they want to replace it with somebody like Ocean, maybe Sky, maybe Brutus, but it's still Midas. And even on the Shadow posters, it is still Chaos Agent. So that is more of evidence that Midas is actually still alive. But here's one other thing with Brutus that I think is just kind of a joke. I don't know if it's really real and storyline wise, but there was this theory been running around that Brutus and T and Tina actually had Ocean. And I mean, I strongly agree with it. I don't think it's canon or real, but I strongly agree with it because, first of all, Ocean, she seems kind of like, she seems very strong, and that would relate to Brutus. And also she makes this, so if you go into her sound files, she makes the same sounds as T and Tina did last season. She also has the same character design as T and Tina. And just overall, the way we see her in cutscenes and the way we just see her in person really just makes us feel that way. But also one thing with Ocean is, never mind. So we really do not know whose side Brutus is on. Is he on Ghost or Shadow? Maybe he is some sort of double agent. That would make a lot of sense. Because, first of all, here's evidence that he's in Ghost. In the opening cutscene, we see, he's part of Ghost. Ocean is also wearing his helmet. So maybe this happened. Maybe when Ocean got in a fight with Brutus, he got defeated. And everyone was like, oh, Brutus isn't the big baddie anymore. There's a new person. There's somebody who's better than Brutus. So that was rare. And he decided to join Shadow. And if you actually go into replay mode and go into Brutus's face, on the Ghost style, inside of it is actually the Shadow style. So I think this Shadow mask is not only a Shadow mask, it's just like his normal mask. Because, first of all, also in the Season 2 opening cutscene, he's wearing that mask when he's supposedly part of Ghost. So that could make sense if he's some sort of double agent, or maybe he just keeps switching sides. Maybe he's like some sort of spy or mole between the two sides. I don't know, but a lot of this, we need like more information off of Brutus. That would be really cool if we got some sort of different Brutus skin. But yeah, it's all for Brutus. Let's move on to number 4. Number 4, T and Tina. Okay, so T and Tina and Brutus kind of match up a lot. Now, T and Tina most likely survive because this is why. She was in the rig when, the big device happened. And the rig is still there. It's still there. So her chances of survival are very, very high. She most likely survived. And also, she could have had a baby with Brutus, which is Ocean, which is kind of weird. But another thing is we can still find bombs at the rig, at Rick D. Rig. So if she was dead and no one was going there, living there, like, why would there still be bombs? So that just kind of proves that T and Tina has been living there. And we don't really see much of T and Tina last season or this season. So there have been some theories that other bosses are going, like season 2 bosses are going to return in maybe like an LTM or maybe even just in-game, but I think that is not going to happen. But we have mythic items like Sky's assault rifle, Sky's grappler, Bruce's minigun, and I think T and Tina's kaboombo have been in the files now. So I don't think those are going to be returning to the game in person, but I think they'll be returning to either creative or some sort of mythic or solid gold LTM. Because solid gold will be coming, I think it's like through July 30th to like August 3rd. We will have a solid gold LTMs. They're going to be duos and squads. So maybe we could see the mythic items get reintroduced. Or maybe we could see like a mythic game mode where you just have all the mythics. That would be super cool. But T and Tina kind of goes under the water. We don't really know what's going on. We can assume that she is on Ghost's side because of Ocean. Or maybe Ocean is T and Tina, I don't know, but or she could be on Shadow because her and Brutus were the first ones to switch to Shadow. But yeah, I think T and Tina is just a ghost agent. She's not really doing much. She's just kind of there. And let's move on to number 3. Now this one was not a boss last season, but this is Agent Peely. Now we actually don't have Midas in this video at all because we already made Midas has already been a big topic on our channel, so he's already been explained in lots of our videos. We even made a whole video on Midas. So we're just going to be talking about Agent Peely for the sake of it. Now Agent Peely was most likely part of Shadow because his ghost style doesn't really look like it matches him or anything, but we don't know really where he was. Well, we can assume he was in Weeping Woods because of the cutscene in the season 2 thing. You can actually see him. He's in Wailing Woods. You can actually go to that location now. So we can assume that Agent Peely was in Wailing Woods, or he was doing something in Wailing Woods. There was some activity going on with him in Wailing Woods. Now, okay, I'm sorry, I keep talking like that. But on a channel called The Smith Plays, they were talking about how Weeping Woods was maybe like a camp for henchmen to get trained, and I strongly support that idea. So maybe Agent Peely was training troops. Or another thing is he could have been at the ghost outpost that was near Weeping Woods or near the Authority. So I think they were training henchmen there. But another thing is there were no henchmen there, so that was kind of weird. It was just kind of an open spot. Maybe Epic was doing that to kind of like limit the henchmen so there weren't that many. But geez, last season there were like henchmen in every location. That was kind of bad. But we can assume that Agent Peely, if he was in Shadow's team, was at one of the Shadow's safe houses from last season. And then maybe during the flood, he just ended up somewhere else. So he's always been a spy. He was always spying, but I don't think he's a spy anymore. He probably left Midas. But also, there was a statue of Golden Peely in Midas's office. So I don't really know. That is part of the whole simulation theory. I don't really support that. I like to think that Fortnite is all just its own world, not, a whole big simulation. Because then things just get so complicated, and I don't want to talk for hours and hours about how the loop is going and stuff. But we are going to get a new skin of Peely. It's called like Unpeely or Unpeeled. And it looks kind of weird. And it is going to be part of the summer like splash set that I am going to get. And the set features like Summer Zoe, and then also another Summer, I forgot the other skin. But this video is unscripted, by the way. So yeah, let's move on to number 2, which is number 2, Meowskulls. Sorry, I think I'm saying the name wrong. Meowskulls. I think it's like Meowskulls. I just can't really say it that well. So, we know that Meowskulls survived because he's obviously in Catty Corner with Kit. Now, a lot of people thought, and even I did, when like the first day of the season, that Kit was Meowskulls. But that doesn't really make sense because, So, he obviously had a son, which is Kit. And we don't know who he had the son with. No. So we do know he's at Catty Corner because we have evidence there. On the table, we can see Kit's little food bowl, which is really cute. And there's a chair where Meowskulls would sit. And then there's a chair with some stacked up books. But also, again, we have had some mythics return in the files. And we have also had some bosses even return in the files. So let's just talk about Meowskulls' storyline-wise of how he survived. Now, whose side is he playing on, first of all? I think he is Rogue, because the henchmen at Catty Corner are just titled henchmen. They're not a shadow or ghost henchman, they are just henchmen. So I think what is happening is Meowskulls is retired, and he is raising his son, which is Kit. Now, so there is a user over on TikTok, and his name is IRDN Concepts, I think, and he made a really cool concept for Kit is the robot guy, but Kit, the actual cat, is riding the robot. He made a really cool concept for Bonesy to be riding a robot, kind of like it. And he even put like a built-in emote in the back bling, and I think it looks really cool. So, credit to him for that. But Meowskulls is kind of unknown. A lot of these agents, we kind of need to see more about them. But there is a possible new summer skin coming. So, yeah. Let's move on to number 1, which is, at number 1, we have Sky. So let me get this out there. There's a theory that Sky and Midas had jewels, but this can easily be debunked because jewels existed before season 2. You can see that with the picture on Midas' desk, which explains it all. So we can just think that maybe like before Midas came to the island or something like that, he had jewels. Or he didn't have jewels, but he got married or something and had jewels. So now we need to talk. Let's talk about Sky. Now she was at the shark, and when the flood occurred, the shark's been ransacked. It's been destroyed. The cameras and stuff, everything is just destroyed. Now we think Sky is still alive. First of all, because the mythics returned into the files, but also there is a ghost boat off the coast of Sweaty Sands, and I think in one of my other videos I said Midas could potentially be living on it. But now there's a theory running around that Sky's been living on it, and she's sending an alert to other ghost members to come, because she was like the most loyal to Ghost, really. Because Midas, at the end of season 2, Midas actually switched to Shadow when Shadow stormed the agency, and Sky, I think, was still on Ghost's side. So she was very loyal to Ghost, and she probably still is. And she probably operated not really looking to Midas, but somebody else. So maybe she is going to arrive at the Fortilla very soon, or maybe something like that. But yeah. So Sky, Ollie was in the item shop recently. Or not, like, it's not called Ollie, but it is Ollie. So maybe that could potentially say that she's returning somehow. But yeah, I've been wanting to make this video for a while now, and yeah, so this is it. Yeah.